Welcome to Thoughtful Planning, the place where real conversation, expert insight, and a touch of humor meet to turn our end-of-life uncertainties into self-assurance. I'm your co-host, Santiago, a history buff and a big kid at heart.
And I'm Honey, your guide through the intricate dance of planning with care and a whole lot of warmth. Every week, we're here to turn those intimidating "are we ready" moments into confident "everything is under control" moments. Today's journey is one you won't want to miss.
Hi, welcome to Thoughtful Planning. I'm Santiago. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Memorial Day. So as we always do, let's start off with an essential question. What is Memorial Day? Well, Memorial Day is one of two holidays that are often confused with each other, Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Most people think that Memorial Day is just the start of summer, that last Monday of May when we get out our barbecue pits and start grilling for the summer. Well, first, before we get into what Memorial Day is, let's talk a little bit about Veterans Day. So, Veterans Day was first called Armistice Day. The 11th minute, the 11th hour, 11th day of the 11th month was set aside as Armistice Day. It marked the signing of the armistice that ended World War I, the war to end all wars. Well, we all know that that wasn't the war to end all wars. And we fought in many, many battles after that. So according to the Census Bureau, more than 41 million Americans have served in the course of our nation's history. That's more than 16 million did so in World War II alone. And Veterans Day is set aside to honor all of those veterans, living or dead. Back in March, that's me and my cadets, we had the honor of escorting some World War II vets to the World War II Museum in New Orleans. It was a trip that the Gary Sinise Foundation put together, and it's called Soaring Valor. It was an absolutely fantastic opportunity for us. Our kids got to walk and talk with living history. Our World War II veterans, and there's not that many alive yet, have so many stories to tell. And one of the individuals that we met served in Iwo Jima. He was actually on the third wave of Marines that assaulted that island in the Pacific. And just to give you an idea of what they went through, the assault units of the Marine Corps and Organic Naval personnel in Iwo Jima sustained 24,053 casualties. Of those, 6,140 of them died. And this is according to the Defense Casualty Analysis System. So, to gain perspective of that, as of the 3rd of this month in 2024, 4,418 service members died of their wounds in OIF. 2,350 have died of their wounds in OEF. That's 6,768 service members died in 20 years of our war on terror. That's 600 more than died on Iwo Jima. So that was a devastating battle that our Marines and Navy personnel fought. It's estimated that in the span of our history as the United States, that 1.5 million service members have died since the birth of our nation. Memorial Day is set aside for those heroes. Those 1.5 million service members, is probably more than that gave their lives so that we could break out the barbecue pit on the last Monday of May. That we can celebrate summer, that we can celebrate all the great things that our nation has done. That's the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. So, what happens when you go up to a veteran and say, Happy Memorial Day? For many of us, it's not a happy day, because we're remembering those that did not come home with us. but many of us won't tell you anything about it. We'll just smile and say thanks, or do it all again if I had the chance, or something like that. We won't correct you. We won't get after you. Probably because we understand that we fought for the right for you to say what you want. So I hope that gives you a better understanding in this very short podcast of what the difference is between those 2 days. Veterans Day is for all veterans. Memorial Day is a time for us to remember those that died, that have given us our freedom, that have laid their life down for us. It's their day. So circling back to that essential question, I hope you have a better understanding of what is Memorial Day. So until next time, remember, every chapter you write today shapes your legacy tomorrow. Thank you for joining us at Thoughtful Planning. Have a fantastic day.
And just like the vibrant hues of a setting sun, we're wrapping up another episode of Thoughtful Planning. Every shared story and insight is a step closer to turning uncertainty into celebrations of preparedness.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, remember that every surprise that comes our way is an opportunity to grow, adapt, and learn. Stay tuned for more stories, expert insight, and of course, a touch of wit in our next episode.
We're not just co-hosts, we're fellow travelers on this journey. For more information on additional resources, which will help you take the next step in planning, look for the link in the show notes for our membership. Join us next time for another episode of Thoughtful Planning. Until then, keep living, laughing, and loving every moment.